Hey everybody, welcome to episode 1 of Sonic Boogie Reviews. And before you get your hackles in a twist, yes, this was inspired by Brad Jones and Midnight Screenings. I'm FC.
And my name is Mr. Hat.
Well, I guess you better put this on then, because there's your money shot.
Now I have lice.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Anyway, we just got out of watching London Has Fallen, and all I can say is thank God the theater we saw it in served alcohol, because I don't think we could have watched it without it.
I don't know. Given our raging alcoholism, I don't think we can do anything without beer.
Particularly this.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm just glad it helped me erase all the memories.
Oh my God. You're not missing much if you did erase all those memories, because my God, Babak Najafi did not graduate from the Institute of Dramatic, or whatever it was they did in Eastern Europe. It had been the Michael Bay School of Film, because this movie was a total Bay-sploitation film.
I don't know. I thought it was novel and unique. I mean, they made a film about protecting the president. I'm pretty sure there's never been any film ever in history that's been about protecting a famous political figure from harm. But I respect your theory, Fred.
How the hell did you say that without corpsing?
Without corpsing? Oh, I killed a man like about 5 minutes ago.
That's why the cops are knocking at our door. Anyway, I mean, this movie was such a bad action, Michael Bay-inspired film that I honestly half expected halfway through to see Shia LaBeouf monkey come through whining about how his life sucked.
I thought it was more of a Shia LaBeouf howler monkey, but go ahead.
He wasn't in this movie, though, thank God.
No, I'm pretty sure, he got AIDS and died about 5 years ago.
Anyway, this movie pretty much sums it up. I couldn't quite figure out if it was supposed to be an action or a comedy or some semblance of both of them, because it comes across as Shyamalan doing Signs in an action format where he's trying to be serious, but has these stupid moments of comedy where he's not even comedic, he's just tragic.
Well, I think it's funny that you bring up, Shyamalan, or whatever it is.
Shyamalan.
Yeah, exactly. Because, instead of, a plot twist that you wouldn't see or you could see, it was more like a plot, linear and based on what you've read on, the wall of an elevator.
That's actually a really good way to do it. It was honestly bad. I mean, I knew what I was getting myself into because I've heard the reviews, but it could not have actually in any way, shape, or form prepared us for the level of asininity, if that's even a word, about how bad it's going to be.
I don't know. I was pretty well prepared because I spent weeks stretching my rectum to accept this movie, and boy did I accept it. There's a reason why he put the ass hat on top of me at the beginning of this recording.
I cannot wait for your wedding, dude. That's all I can say.
Well, at the rate shit's pouring out of my mouth, there might not be a wedding. I'm so sorry, Kate. I will buy you anything, and by that I mean I will steal from people until I can buy you things.
Your fiancé is not going to let us anywhere near each other hanging out before the wedding, or is she?
Then you'll just have to make me fiancé.
No, if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
poor teddy bear.
Let's just start at the top. Oh my God. Let's just start at the top. Let's start with characters. I mean, first of all, you have Gerard Butler, who is trying to come across as a cross between John McClane from Die Hard and Daniel Craig as James Bond, but what he comes across as is this total ass monkey of a wannabe Secret Service agent who's BFFs and drinking buddies with the president, as opposed to some sort of guard.
Well, I thought it was more of a romance, not BFFs. And be fair, he was very tender with the president.
Yeah, well, I guess when he wasn't trying to, yell at him and tell him, here's what you can do, because that's the only chance he'd have a chance to yell at the president.
Well, that was just the dynamics of the relationship. The president was more of the girl, and Gerard Butler was, more of the guy that offers you hors d'oeuvres, which happen to be penises.
What was the line that you said the other day, or the other time about how it was they both got their STD tests back?
Well, you'll actually have to bring up that part of the movie so I actually remember it. Remember, there were large amounts of alcohol involved.
The amount of bromance going along between those two. I mean, I get it. If you've worked with the president for as long as they have, I get the dynamic between the two. but I would never see a Secret Service agent played by this quasi-stoic butt monkey of a person being frat bros with the El Presidente like they're ready to tip over a beer truck and start shotgunning Budweiser.
I mean, there were quite a few high fives and bras and chest bumps.
Oh my god, I know. I think the worst moment in that entire movie was when they're in London and the president's hiding in some safe house in a study. Gerard Butler, of course, is going trigger happy and all these would-be assassins. And then last second, the president, who swears up and down that he's never shot a person, drills an assassin right between the eyes like he's Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell. And without missing a beat, Gerard Butler looks over and goes, I always wonder when you're going to come out of the closet.
Yeah, and like I was actually surprised that he didn't save that bullet for Gerard Butler instead of his actor, because before that moment in the film, it was sort of like, you know, like a brutal rapist like capture story. But that's when you knew, when he saved Gerard Butler's life, that it was actually a love story. And, you know...
Titanic 3.
Yeah, not just something about overly rough man-on-man sex and, you know, that type of role play.
Only you could turn this into a really bad porno.
You know, that was sort of the problem, where, like, you know that time where I got separated and, like, you were in that theater? I think I might have actually wandered into the gay porno. So that may be why I'm filling in a couple of the gaps with other stuff.
Mental note, never watch Island of Death around you.
Yeah.
Anyway, the plot characterization was paper thin. The plot had more holes than my workout shirt, and that's saying a lot considering the moths have a breeding den on there.
There are actually a lot of moths in this apartment. Like, they were in my hair earlier. That's why I don't have any hair. We just had to cut my hair to get the moths out.
Well, it happens, and you're wearing my trilby as a resort.
Yeah. Would you like this back, friend?
Not anytime soon.
Well, then it's worthless to me.
Fair enough. Anyway, characterization is paper thin. Morgan Freeman's in it, probably just to beat Ed Harris from Apollo 13 as the one kind of saving grace, who barely has more than 5 minutes of verbiage other than saying, oh my God, God help us. I mean, my God, I mean, if he's going to pull off a side effect like that, at least be like Ed Harris.
I don't know, his 5 minutes of speech were just revealed so much. Morgan Freeman explained a lot in this film.
And by you mean explained a lot, explained as less than even at all.
Pretty much, if you want to be truthful. But what's the point being truthful in a film review?
Because this movie sucked.
I was hoping to trick people to go out and see this movie and just be really angry and, like, track us down.
Well, look, okay.
I need attention. I'm lonely, dude.
Just ignore him. Anyway, character... It's okay, brother. It's okay.
Alright.
I mean, okay, so, spoiler alert, like there weren't any spoilers in this movie already, because the trailer pretty much explained everything. There's a compound in the Middle East. There's a wedding going on. There's
a gay wedding.
No, it was a straight wedding.
No, I was referring to a very happy wedding.
Thank God somebody knows modern English better than I do. Anyway, family gets destroyed, carpet bombed by members of America. The retaliation decides to change their diaper and throw a hissy fit. So, English Prime Minister has a heart attack. World leaders go there. Turns out, long story short, heart attack and death was caused chemically, just to get all the world leaders there, because God forbid security actually had a cause in there. And they started pretty much killing off every world leader except, you guessed it, Gerard Butler and the president, who has about as much personality as a spoonful of rice pudding.
Yeah, he was just too pretty to be killed, I gotta tell you.
But nobody in America was killed. I mean, this was a textbook case of Team America.
Yeah, there was a strong feeling of America.
America! I mean, honestly, we could have created a drinking of how many American flags we saw flying like every 5 seconds throughout that movie.
I just touched my penis every time I saw a flag.
There's patriotism at its finest, folks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
I touched his penis every time there's a helicopter explosion.
Which was what, every 30 seconds?
Yeah, you got off.
Not quite as bad as Mad Max Fury Road. At that point, it was ready to start a circle jerk.
That movie instructed me on my religion. I mean, I just want to live in a hole on the side of a cliff and hoard water.
That's a future review is Fury Road, but honestly, I could not get past about how just two-dimensional, paper-thin, foolish this entire movie was. It was 90 minutes of my life I couldn't get back, and honestly, I would rather get back together with my ex-girlfriend for an hour and a half.
And you guys have to suffer because of it.
Damn frickin' straight. Ugh. Gerard, of course, the movie, of course, ends on a cliffhanger. Gerard Butler, who's 2 steps away from signing his own letter of resignation, decides at the end to delete it.
Yeah, he decides he doesn't care about his wife and kids in the end, which is like something I can totally empathize with.
Because that's how things function. Wife, kid, I've been on the fence like an anti-hero, so concerned about how my life is going to be that I'm ready to give up my life like Liam Neeson from Taken.
Well, it was, sort of a bros before hoes situation. But, I think he and the president definitely have a future together. Once the president shakes, his beard and, comes out after the presidency.
Well, he did come out when he was in the study that one time in the safe house.
Oh, yeah, he did study Gerard Butler. That is true.
It's just, when you think that you've discovered how bad this movie is, another layer of the onion comes off, and it's even worse.
I do recall that my breath did smell like onions for days.
That was just, that was because of the food you had, buddy.
I have a problem. Can you get me another drink after this? I need to forget that.
Of course, that goes without saying. That's what bourbon is for.
Okay.
Anyway, plot paper thin, character development less than 0. I mean, you didn't think you could divide by 0. Divide the character development by 0. It happens. Not a lot of movies make me want to hit the berserk button. This one, without question, I would rather watch every Godfrey Home movie from start to finish than rewatch this piece of crap.
I mean, I would, totally rewatch this. It would just be, sort of on in the background where I'm doing anything else, and I need, explosions, to give me an excuse to leave. It was a little bit weak. Maybe I should put the ass hat back on.
Nah, not this time.
Yeah, it smells like butts.
That's why they call it an ass hat, my friend.
I just made it up.
Well, there you go.
But you're telling me that...
Anyway.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that goes without saying. Anyway, movie-wise, if you just want a good old-fashioned Bay-sploitation of explosions, no character development, no plot points other than person A... or point A to point B, like a bad action video game, this is the flick for you. But if you're anything like us, who actually wants something a little more than 1990s two-dimensional movie flicks with a slight touch of the video game action genre, I wouldn't do anything close to that. No amount of alcohol can ever fix that.
I actually... can't suggest an amount of alcohol that would fix that. We do have that 1.75 liter of bourbon there. But I will call it was definitely a Prez-sploitation movie. And, the first one ever made, of course.
Oh, yeah, without question, of course.
I really liked it, right at the end when the president was like, "Get off my bodyguard," and then kicked a terrorist.
That was pretty... I will give you credit for that. That was pretty funny. When he pretty much becomes the old man shaking his stick at the terrorists.
Yeah. Stick is just, the PG-13 description of what he was actually shaking at the terrorists.
You mean a Franti-Spas 12?
I was pretty sure it was his penis, but if you call it that, I mean...
You would make any excuse to make a penis exploitation about anything, would you, sir?
Only with my fiancé.
Kate, please let him hang out with me again to do future reviews. This is not my problem. I am sorry.
You got me drunk. I don't know what I'm saying.
You had 2 drinks! Anyway, long story short, I know this review's convoluted, but then again, it is our first review, and things will be a little more, I guess... fluid motion and later on points. But let's just face it, this movie was so bad, it's making us get convoluted.
I plan in the future to deliver the same quality of presentation. I'm not going to learn anything. Let's just be straightforward.
Well, if we're watching movies like this, of course we're not going to be straightforward, and nothing's going to actually amount to the fact other than we're just going to be mumbling to ourselves.
Yeah, we're not going to be straight either.
Once again, not lifting that rock. Anyway, this pretty much sums up everything there is to know about this movie. Bad plot, bad characters, bad time. I think we were the only people in the movie theater with, what, maybe 3, 4, 5 other people tops?
Well,
We had the 3 girls sitting to our right. We had maybe 2 other couples sitting to our left.
Mm-hmm.
And we were the only ones talking smack about it the entire time. Thank God.
And to be perfectly honest, one of the couples, the 2 guys, they did look confused as though they went into the wrong theater.
Well, I think they were trying to see Zootopia.
They may have wanted to get in the theater that I accidentally wandered into in the middle of the movie.
Oh, that's why you're collecting a $20 bill from them.
No, that was from Shameful Acts performed after the film.
No comment. Anyways.
I helped fill out their Republican voter registration.
Well, I guess that Gerard Butler's trying to shoot for freedom. You have taken it to a whole new level, my friend. I'll drink to that. Anyways, there you go. That's all you really need to know. If you want a good action exploitation, bad movie, no characters, no plot, just explosions and American flags, this is the joint for you. Otherwise, save your money for something else or wait till it at least becomes direct to shitio.
Yeah, save your money for a good movie like Transformers 3.
Another Shia LaBeouf monkey movie.
I think I'm corpsing right now in my face.
Yeah, you totally are corpsing. Anyways, hope you like review number 1. If not, there will be more coming in the future after we figure out how we're going to dissect all this. So on that note, y'all have a good night. We'll catch you on the flip.